So I'm doing a quick 24 season update for all the sleds. Just kind of go through where I'm at on them, what broke, what's fixed, what needs to be fixed. So we'll start off with my boost. And this guy, I put the tunnel dump on it last year. I had some issues with the Diamond S cam, but it wasn't really that issue. It was one of the baffles broke, so it would plug off the exhaust and make a bog. This Boondocker exhaust doesn't fully seal on the bottom of it. They told me to put some RTV in there and it's supposed to help seat it, but for now I have some Tiger Patch muffler tailpipe, so I'm gonna just stick a little bit on there, help keep all that junk out of the bottom of it. I have a sway bar for it. I don't know if I'm gonna run it. I had one of these switches. There goes to your, it's like a map sensor on your boost reference. One of the wires broke in there and it is impossible to fix. I got one with a pigtail on it too, but I was able to just rewire a new one. May or may not run that sway bar. I don't know if you have to. I might run some more air in my front shocks. So after last year, things that broke on me, I had the upper arm on the carbon skid brake, and that was on like a negative 20-degree day and just hit a creek that I didn't even see, and I think anything would have broke at that point, but so they hooked me up with one of those. Other than that, on the carbon rails, I haven't had any issues. I think 1,600 miles on the sled, and they've been awesome. P22 eject the side panel last year, and Polaris just came in and did everything. They placed the motor, clutches, bulkhead, side panel. It was a big bill, and they did great. I did end up getting rid of the P22, went to the P85. I'm a huge fan of TRS, so I had installed their clutch kit, and yeah, so Indy Specialties have a just balanced primary clutch, nothing fancy there other than a clutch kit, and then the secondary helix and spring. Delrin washers in it. Other than that, Boondocker made a cool intake for this sled. It's not the intercooled, air intake box without the intercooler, so tons of extra room in there, which is kind of cool without having any of that. I dropped it off today. Polaris put a break-in tune on it because it's a brand new motor, and I had them put the updated 24 tune on it, so we'll see how it does. I think this sled's going to be pretty awesome. Even with it back into break-in, it still runs better than it ever did when I first got it. Also has a TRS power valve, which highly recommend. Kara's 23 9R. Pretty much going to leave it the way it is for this season, unless there's something she wants. She won't be riding until after January, so we got the updated 25 clutch with the forged spider and the billet cover, all the other keep her leg from falling off upgrades. Also the secondary roller bearings, I'm going to throw those on while I'm there. And then for extra safety, really excited about this little guy to hold that P22 together. Take this guy out and this screws in and holds the clutch in as one piece. So hopefully it doesn't come out in two pieces, and especially these ring gears, they just eat everything inside when that clutch breaks. So other than that, this sled is one of the most fun sleds I've rode. It just has a lightweight battery and a can on it, the Diamond S, and it sounds good, and it's pretty fun sled to ride, 155. cat. It's got the A-tack on it and whatnot. I'm really digging it. Looks cool. Seems to ride nice, but I've only taken it out on the lake around the house. I think as in for this season, I'm just going to kind of leave it mostly stock, except for a few small things for improving reliability, I guess. I've been told there's a issue with this bolt wearing out the tunnel. I don't know if I'm going to do anything to the rail. I might just let it go. If it breaks, get like a carbon sled skid for it or something like that, the single beam dual rail, and go carbon. Yeah, depending on how much I like the monorail and everything, I'll give her the old go. Some weird things like the shock hits the A-arm. Don't like that fully. Where the oil tank's located, right where your knee is, I'm afraid of breaking that guy because I break these panels for some reason. Maybe it's just because I'm short. We'll go to a lower handlebar setup. Don't love the all the buttons there. It's a little funky. I don't know if that's supposed to be just hanging there. It looks like your brake lever light's gonna be ripped off immediately. Brake's a little squishy, just might need to be bled. I do like the sled. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. The 165 is gonna be fun on them deep days, and I think the sled's still pretty playful. They did some cool things where the belts are mounted under the hood. You can get the panels off real easy. Exhaust comes off real easy. They just made a lot of things a lot better, I feel like. It's the first time that I've wanted to own an Arctic Cat, and I don't know, since the last Arctic Cat I owned, but pretty cool. Good looking sled. As for now, I just have ski rubbers, some Salsa Kings. They're awesome. They make a great product. I haven't broke one yet, so hopefully they continue to make a good product and really like it. Everybody likes a sound clip, so I figured I'd give you one on all the sleds. Nice and quiet. Kind of do dig it. Diamond S on the 9R. Boondocker tunnel dump. There's not many sound clips of these. I'll have to get some this winter, but they are not that loud, which is kind of nice. Alright, well there they are. Oh, and the 600. It's nothing special, but it's fun. It's a 146 Khaos rails, React front end, 2016. It's just kind of the sled that just can't sell. Not because it won't, but because it's just a good sled. So I figured I'd do a quick video. I don't know if this is 100% right. This is what I can find on the internet. I've got the P22 for the, I think it's the 2025 clutch. It's got the forged spider and the billet cover, whatever that guy is. But it is, so trying to figure out torquing it down. It came with this bolt for torquing it down. But at best I can find is you initially torque it down to 140 foot-pounds, and then it comes with a second bolt right here, and this guy is 110 foot-pounds. I do have the titanium one. That one's 80 foot-pounds. And then the original one that came out of it looks like this guy. I also have the P22 titanium collar for it that threads right into here. What the directions say is to use a thread sealant on the threads, a blue medium strength Loctite on the threads of it, and then on the base of it, it says to use a high temp bearing compound, high strength, and that goes around the lip of it here. It says, you know, have everything ready. Torque this down to 80 foot-pounds, and then once you've got that, I need to put that weight in there. Good thing I noticed that. Once you torque that down to 80 foot-pounds, then you can put your, it also says to grease your spider here. Pull the spider out, mark where that's at, put a little bit of grease on there, clean that out, clean the inside of this out, and then torque this down, put your spring cover on, torque that down, torque your 8 foot-pounds for the little 10 millimeter screws, and then once you get that on, torque your main bolt down to 110 foot-pounds, and that should be everything. Another quick tip that it says is to, before you torque it down, you put that bearing retainer on the, basically it'll go onto the inside of the sheave here, but you want to go in there with Scotch-Brite and or isopropyl alcohol and clean it out real nice, just so that bearing retainer has something to grab onto.